So you're headed to Navarre, Florida, and you want to know exactly which area of Navarre to live in. Let's talk about it. What is going on? It is Andrew with the Emerald Group, and today I'm very excited. We're going to be talking about the 5 different sub areas right here in Navarre, Florida. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Navarre and the surrounding areas, then go ahead and click that subscribe button and tap that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video. We're getting calls, texts, and emails all the time of people moving right here to the Navarre area and the surrounding area, of course, and we absolutely love every single reach out that we've got. So if that sounds like you and you're interested in moving this area and you want a little bit of help, just let us know. Go ahead and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All my contact information is somewhere right here, and we'd love to help. So let's jump right into the 5 sub areas here in Navarre. Right off the bat, the 5 different key areas that we're going to be talking about in this video are East Navarre, West Navarre, Holley, Holley by the Sea, and Navarre Beach. Let's get into it with one of my favorite areas, Navarre Beach. As its name would sound, this area is great for anybody that wants the beach lifestyle. Navarre Beach is located on an island just outside of the mainland with a little bit of water in between called the Sound. So whether it's condo life, townhome living, or single family home living, if you want the overall beach feel, the kind of island feel in general, then Navarre Beach would be the place for you at a fraction of the cost of different areas of Florida. So whether you're looking to live in a condo, single family home, or even a townhome, you've got lots of different options here on the island. The biggest thing is the atmosphere and the environment that you're living in. If you want kind of that beachy vibe, that living on an island sort of style of living, then this is definitely the place to go. And then you can get it at a fraction of the price here in Navarre than you can in other areas of Florida. Now, the average sale price nearing the end of 2020 right here in Navarre Beach is $534,000 as of this time. Now, there's a few other stats up on screen. If you'd like to take a look at those, I'll have those throughout the entire video as well. Townhomes in this area are going to range anywhere from $215,000 all the way up to $880,000. Depending on how close you are to the water, what the views look like, how many townhomes are you on the end, etc. There's a lot of factors that go into it, and of course, how nice is the townhome? For the most part, the Gulf front townhomes will start at about $770,000 and working their way up from there. Now, for those of you wanting to live in a condo, this is going to be the bulk of the living right here on Navarre Beach. They're going to range anywhere from $180,000 all the way up to $750,000. Again, very similar to the townhomes, depending on what it looks like, what your views are, how nice the condo is, you know, whether you're on the sunrise or the sunset side, you know, how big your balcony is. There's a lot of different factors that go in play. Now, for those of you looking for a single family home on the island, they're going to range anywhere from about $450,000 all the way up to about $2 million. Now, this is going to vary widely, as you can see, based on where it's at. So some of these are going to be on the Sound side, which is still waterfront, but it's a different type of water. It doesn't have the beach. It doesn't have the nice sand, you know, the waves coming in. And then some of it's going to be on the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to have all of that. It's going to have the beautiful white powder sand. You're going to own your own little portion of it and all of that good stuff. And that's why it ranges from $450,000 up to $2 million. And of course, I'm sure there's other properties that might sell for a little bit more and a little bit less than that. But as of 2020, those are the price ranges we've seen. Now, Navarre Beach living is way different than living in East Navarre, West Navarre, any of the other main portions of Navarre because, well, that's city living or, you know, town living, I guess. And then this is living on a beach or an island, right? So there's one access point in and out, one bridge coming in and out. And so your lifestyle is a little bit different should you choose it to be. Of course, you can just live in your home just like anybody would, but most people that live on Navarre Beach want the atmosphere. They want to go kayaking and they want to go paddleboarding in the middle of the day, or, you know, take their bike out as soon as they get home from work, or maybe even, you know, take the golf cart to the beach. Whatever interests you, you've got those options out here because you're always just a few steps away from the island living. Now, next up is East Navarre, which is where the bulk of the home sales happen here in Navarre. Now, it's a close margin between East Navarre, West Navarre, and Holley by the Sea, but we'll get into those here in a little bit. Now, in 2020 so far, keep in mind I'm shooting this November of 2020, there have been 398 homes sold, so I expect that to round out around 425, give or take, at the end of the year. And that's in East Navarre alone. Now, the average price point is about $302,000. Prices start at around $100,000 and escalate all the way up to about $1.6 million And of course, that's just in 2020, so there could be a little bit of leeway on either side of that. It'll just be a little bit more rare. For anybody interested, there are waterfront homes in this area, and they will start at around $550,000. This won't be Gulf front, this will be Sound front, so as I mentioned before, a little bit different. For those of you headed a little bit further east to commute, East Navarre is a great location because you're going to be skipping a lot of that 87 traffic and a lot of the traffic on the other side of that. So whether you're headed to Hurlburt Field or Eglin Air Force Base or any other place further east, this is definitely a strong choice if you want to live in Navarre. One thing I do like to warn people about East Navarre is that it has a strong mix of a little bit of everything. So for those of you looking for a very well-established neighborhood where all the houses are kind of cookie cutter, looking the same, you're not necessarily going to find that here, although there are small pockets where you might see that. For the most part, you're going to have 3 brand new homes right next to maybe a mobile home, right next to maybe even a commercial building. Now, the commercial, of course, is a little bit more rare, but you do have a little bit of everything. So you'll see stuff like $100,000 ranch homes right next to $500,000 single-family homes. So everything is a little bit mixed in. It's just a big mixed bag of different properties. A large chunk of things to do in Navarre is actually on the west side. So if you do live on the east side, you will have to make a little bit of a trek, and depending on how deep into the neighborhood you are, you might have to make that little drive there. But realistically, it's all fairly close. You're not going to have anything more than about 10 to 15 minutes away because everything is relatively close in Navarre. Now let's talk about Holley, which is on the way north side of Navarre. This area of Navarre sold 89 homes so far in 2020, so definitely way smaller, not as many sales going on right now. They are currently building it up. A lot of these sales are new builds. So that number might be skewed, that 89 number might be skewed because some of the new builds are actually being sold before they get into our system that I can track. But nonetheless, the average price point in this area is $295,000. The range of homes will go anywhere from $140,000 all the way up to about $650,000. And just to put it in perspective, your average $300,000 home will be roughly a 4-bed, 2-bath with about 2,000 square feet. Now let's get into West Navarre. In 2020, they sold roughly 345 homes so far. The average price point is approximately $280,000. Now the price range is all over the place in West Navarre. I've seen everything as low as $45,000 all the way up to $830,000. So definitely a wide variety of different properties. In that $250,000 to $300,000 range, you can expect very similar to Holley, approximately a 4-bed, 2-bath, around 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. Now, West Navarre does have something a little bit unique. So if you are looking for waterfront, this is a great place to do it, but it's not going to be Gulf front. The 2 types of waterfront they have are up at East Bay, which is the bay that goes into the ocean. And then of course the Sound side, which is the Sound that is right in between the island and the mainland that goes also into the ocean. So if you're looking for waterfront in either one of those 2 categories, you've got some great options there. There is mixed zoning here in West Navarre as well. Not near as bad, in my personal opinion, as East Navarre, but there is still some mixed neighborhoods to where you will have, again, a beautiful, nice $500,000 home right next to a ranch style, right next to a mobile home. It is what it is. They go in little pockets. It's not everywhere, but it's definitely out there in West Navarre. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about Holley by the Sea, my favorite area right here in Navarre, Florida, well, mainly because of the amenities, but we'll get to those here in just a second. Let's start off with the stats of Holley by the Sea, just like we did in the other sub areas. And in Holley by the Sea, they sold 315 homes so far this year. And the average sale price is $343,000, so a little bit higher than you've seen in some of the other areas. Don't worry though, that doesn't mean you can't get a home in this area for a little bit less or even more. The price ranges are anywhere from about $175,000 all the way up to about $715,000 in Holley by the Sea, at least for 2020. Now for that average of $343,000, you can expect approximately a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. That's kind of all over the place. I've seen some as low as 2,000 square feet and some as high as 3,000. It just kind of depends on how nice a property is, how much land comes with it, and things like that. Not all of the homes in Holley by the Sea area actually fall under the HOA umbrella of Holley by the Sea, but a good chunk of them do. Now, for those of you that don't like HOAs, well, this might not be the area for you. For those that can stomach them, the HOA currently as it sits right now is sitting at $425 per year. So if HOAs scare you a little bit, this is a pretty mild version of an HOA, at least when it comes to cost. Now, the big thing that Holley by the Sea comes with that no other thing in our area comes in, like literally no other area comes close with, is their multi-million-dollar recreation facility. It has lots of things: tennis courts, basketball courts, 2 different pools, indoor and outdoor, a full gym, walking trails, places to launch your boat in a couple of different locations, fishing piers, a little area to rent so you can have parties, things like that. There's just so many things that come included with your membership. So that $425 per year doesn't seem as bad, especially when it includes a full service gym, among all the other things I mentioned. Now, for those of you that are new to our channel, we have an entire video just on Holley by the Sea alone, so I don't want to take up too much time here. That video will be up here in one of the little cards, little gray card. Just click it, and you can watch that whole video. So it's a little bit different than those really established neighborhoods you might be thinking of, but it still has that nice community feel. Lots of different homes very similar to yours, some a little bit bigger, some smaller, etc., etc. Now, it's not completely built out, so you still will see red dirt roads a little bit here and there that are in between, that they're slowly clearing out lots and selling to builders so that the builders can then put property on them to sell to the public. As I said, make sure you watch that other video if you're interested in Holley by the Sea. Don't forget, if this video was helpful, even just a smidgen, go ahead and hit that like button for me. It really helps the algorithm. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, reach out if you need any help. See ya.